Tina's leg meets Tina's daughter. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to the one who first made me a mother.
Yeah. Cheers to the one who made me.
Yeah. Don't make it weird.
Okay. I have to make it weird.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Tina's Leg. Today I have a very special guest. I have my oldest daughter, Miranda, with us today. Over the course since I've been doing my channel, we have had multiple conversations about what her childhood was like, different things that have happened in her life and maybe mine, or when I would volunteer at schools, and how different kids react as well as different people respond to my hand and my foot. So I thought it would just be fun to bring her on and kind of do a little interview and get her perspective on what it was like growing up with a mom who was born different and had some different struggles than maybe some of her other friends' moms did. So we're just gonna dive right in. And
I'm excited. This is my favorite YouTube channel. And I'm on it. Wow. I'm Tina's Leg's biggest fan. Let me just say, I've helped you a lot build this channel.
So actually, I do need to give it up, and I need to give credit where credit is due. So she has literally taught me TikTok, YouTube, how to create thumbnails, navigating Canva, how to do editing, navigating iMovie. She literally has been my teacher, coach, and
I love it. Even though sometimes I'm hard on you, I'm sorry.
You are. I will send her images and be like, hey, what do you think about my thumbnail this week?
And I'll be like, skull emoji.
It's okay. The reason I have utilized her as my biggest strength as far as teaching me YouTube is because she has had her own YouTube channel for
8 years.
8 years now. It's Miranda's Universe.
Yep.
She reads and reviews books. It's a booktube channel.
I enjoy it. I haven't posted in a little bit because life's been crazy, but it's so much fun. YouTube is so fun. So
I mean, it was a pretty big learning curve. Yeah. For people who, I will say, it opened a whole new perspective for me. You have no idea how hard it is to do YouTube and to create content and edit the content and then come up with creative titles and thumbnails and post, and
even dealing with people commenting.
It's a lot. Like, I had no idea. It took, when I was first doing it the first few months, it was overwhelming. Yeah. You realize like how much work it actually takes. So anyway, kudos to you. She has an amazing channel. Please go check it out. Little backstory. I had Miranda when I was 27 years old, and we had been married 7 years. So my husband and I did decide to wait 7 years before we had kids. We did a little bit of traveling, and we just wanted time to ourselves before we started a family. You want to be the best parent that you can be, and so I wanted to wait till I was a little bit older, until we were fully ready to have children. But when Miranda came along, she was just this huge ray of sunshine and such an ultimate joy, and always has been in our family. Not just in our little core family, but to all of our extended family. She brings joy and fun and craziness and laughter to our family. And so in so many ways, she was just a really easy kid to raise.
I'm glad. I remember throwing a temper tantrum in the middle of fries and refusing to get off the ground. So I'm really glad that overall, I was a ray of sunshine, because I remember some pretty dark moments.
Her younger years, she was very, very stubborn. So 2s, 3s, 4s, those were some hard, they were some rough years. If I could have talked to past me during those moments where I thought I was failing as a mom and be like, it's okay.
She's gonna end up on your channel one day. It's okay, don't worry.
First question I want to ask you is, do you even remember when you first realized that I was different, physically different than other people or other friends' moms?
Yeah. Genuinely, I think I did realize when I was like early elementary school. because my friends would sometimes make comments, or it was always in like sleepovers where they would see your leg propped up next to your bed and be like, what's that? And that was when I kind of realized, oh, your mom doesn't do that? Your mom doesn't have a leg, she just pops off? I think it was more junior high when I realized, oh, people's upbringings are different because of that too. There are some families where they don't know what it's like to have someone in their family have different struggles or just look different and be looked at different in public. Some people just go throughout most of their childhood not even knowing that there's diversity out there, you know what I mean? This is a really tough question for me because like half of me knew, I feel like all the time. Like I knew that this was different. Oh, I have 2 hands and I have 2 feet. My mom doesn't. But then the other half of me didn't really think that that was a huge deal. And I still don't really think that it's a huge deal.
And
but
I don't make a big deal about it. I just sort of try and adapt as things come up, right?
Yeah. But I would say it really hit me in junior high where I realized, wow, not everybody has experienced the same things I have. Not everybody's mom has a leg that pops off, you know?
I'm going to speak to that a little bit. So I always tried to volunteer in all of my kids. I have 3 kids, so Miranda's my oldest. In all of their elementary years, I really tried to volunteer to go on field trips. I volunteered in the classroom as much as I could. To be involved in that season of their lives. And my son, her brother, is only 16 months younger than her. And so when she started school, I always had another little kid tagging along, but I still tried to volunteer. And so in each of my kids' classes, for kindergarten, when I would go in during craft time and story time, things like that, in every class, it would come time for me to sit with a book or sit helping with crafts, and these poor kids, they would just sit there staring at my hand. So if I was holding a book, all the kids would be gathered around and they would just focus on my hand or my foot. Once they realized I had an artificial leg, then they would just take turns coming up to touch it. So I would usually have to pause, and the teacher would ask me if I was okay to be able to talk about how I'm different, why I was born different. And so I remember those, but because that was in kindergarten and first grade, I have asked all of my kids if they remembered those times, and really none of you did. But it was always funny to me, and I was always worried that I'm like, oh, I hope my kid isn't embarrassed that all these kids are super fascinated with my hand and foot.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I still think it's really cool. I like how different you are. And so the only thing I remember vaguely is if kids would ask about you. Say something like, your mom's foot, does she not have a foot? Or I would explain it. Oh yeah, my mommy doesn't have a foot. She has an artificial leg. And if they acted weird about it, I'd be like, okay. So, but I loved I still love introducing people to you. Not just for the fact that you're my mom, right? But also, I love how different you are, and I think that is a strength for you.
Aww.
When so many other people might think that it's more of a weakness, or wow, that's kind of weird, however they view that. My mom's not like other moms, okay? She has an artificial leg. She's missing 3 fingers. I love telling people about it. I love it, even as an adult. If you come up in conversation with my friends and there's other people with us that don't know you, and if my friend brings something up or whatever, I'm always like, oh yeah, let me tell you about my mom. And now it's even more fun because I can say that you have a YouTube channel. You want to learn more about her prosthetic, her hand? Go to her YouTube channel.
Because as a mom, you never know. In those moments being at school was oh, I hope that wasn't embarrassing for you or for any of my kids to feel like I was being singled out for something and not knowing how to respond or being embarrassed. I will share about my youngest daughter. So she is 17, but when she was in kindergarten and I went and did story time and all the kids gathered around and the teacher asked if I could take time to like talk about my hand and foot, because literally nobody was paying attention to the story and they were all just staring, touching my leg and staring at my hand. And my daughter was kind of in the back of the group. So I opened it up, I shared, I took off my leg, I showed him my leg and my hand and we talked about it. And then when I opened it up for questions, my daughter in the back of the room raises her hand. I think for her, that was the moment she realized that my mom is different, because all these other kids were asking questions and she was like, wait, I have a question. I'm like, I don't think she ever realized. I don't think she realized it. So that was kind of a really funny moment of that time. How do you think that being raised by a mom that's physically different, how do you think that has shaped maybe your perspective on life? Like, do you think it made a big difference in how you see life or see people? Because in so many ways it was normal. But is there anything that stands out in a way that you definitely have a different view on things because of it?
Yeah, I totally think so. I feel like I'm way more sensitive to other people and what they need, or if they have different needs. Whenever I'm out with you in public or we're doing something that might be a little bit more challenging for you because of your leg, I feel like your hand doesn't really cause many problems, but your leg, because it carries you around, it's more difficult sometimes. I do feel like I'm a little more protective, and I'm like, okay, what do you need right now? How can I help you? And I feel like that has shaped how I handle everybody else also.
I think even in grade school, when you were asked to help out with different kids, if they had special needs. Was that in junior high or high school that you did?
That was elementary school.
Elementary school. So you actually took those opportunities to help, which was super awesome. Just your heart for people who were different and maybe had different struggles and being willing to help them.
I definitely think it has helped me a lot for the better. For example, if I'm like walking out in public and I see a man missing an arm, I feel like I'm very much like, oh, like I already know how to treat you like a normal person, as everybody should be treated. But I think some grown adults don't know how to act. But whereas for me, it's like, no, you probably can do more than I can with both of my arms. You know what I mean? And just recognizing that we all have struggles, they just look different. So I think it's just made me way more aware and cognizant of how I'm responding to other people. I just think it made me a better person overall. Truly. Oh, there's someone in my close circle who is totally physically different than what most people, I won't say most people, but a lot of people are used to. And so I think that is super rich experience to have.
I mean, it's a huge life skill that I think the average person doesn't necessarily get.
If they don't have anybody,
in their
close
family,
circle,
or a close friend. Yeah, that's true. The beach, I did do a video where I show you guys what it's like for me at the beach. The beach is a hard place for me, especially when you have the long walk from the sand where our chairs are into the ocean. And I have a limp. So that is hard for me because I do think that everybody is watching me as I go down to the ocean. So I do rely on my family during those situations a lot if you guys are around. So I usually am like, will you please go in the water with me? I would rather people look at her going into the water than me. But is that ever embarrassing for you in any way?
I think sometimes lately it has been just with the videos, but not even the normal videos, because I think it's awesome. I think more like the TikToks, if I'm filming something with your leg specifically, sometimes I'm kind of like, this is weird. Like everyone's probably like, why?
Like when I film out in public? Or film at home?
No, out in public. Out in public. So like for example, the beach video, and you asked me to put it out in the sand right in front of the ocean. right? There's a bunch of people and it's not even you, right? So it's not you. It's just like and I think it's funny, but I do think there's a little part of me like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Like it's uncomfortable. It's out of my comfort
It's
level.
a little crazy.
Like I'll walk with you and like I'm not embarrassed by you. I think it's more so like if I take your leg and film your leg out in public, like it's not even my leg. People can look at me and be like, you have two legs. Whose leg do you have?
What about when, like, you were in junior high, when we would go to water parks? That's another place. A water park is another place that's hard for me. Sometimes my leg will fit in the locker, and sometimes it won't. So then I have to have a place for it. Yeah. And obviously that would be terrible if somebody stole it. So I have to make sure that it's kind of hidden or safe. Yeah. Walking up the steps to go down water slides. Yeah. And I love adventure, so I love to do all those things. So as a kid, do you remember ever being embarrassed walking next to me during those situations? No. I mean, I think that was where kind of my protectiveness came from, because that's when I think I would start noticing that other people were looking at you. Oh. Like even in elementary school, even though all the kids were staring and were like, whoa. I didn't really notice that because I was so young, but come junior high, that's when I started to be more aware. Especially with water parks, most of the kids or the people who were present at the water park were my age. And so I think it was kind of like back off. What are you looking at? Like I never actually said that to people, but I think I was more protective over you and not embarrassed. It was more like, it took a few times going to water parks and you saying, hold on, I need to put my leg here. And I was like, oh yeah. I remember the first few times I would think, why can't you just take your leg up with us? And then as I matured and realized why you can't do that, it became more like, oh yeah, I would remember, oh, mom has to do this. And I would make sure I stay with you and help you up the stairs, because those water parks have crazy stairs. Oh, I know. And so I remember that I really wanted to make sure that you always had someone with you, and even walking out on the beach or when we hike, I always I try to check in on you. I know you do a good job. And I'm like, if you need someone supporting you, I can help you on the hike. I can help you up the stairs. So yeah, I was never really embarrassed. I think that's where the protectiveness was like, back off. She's my mom. I know your mom isn't as cool as mine because your mom has both feet, but like, she's my mom. I would say we're not your average family. Really? I don't know where you're getting that from. To say the least. We kind of all have really sick senses of humor. Is that how you say it? We have a sick sense of humor. We tend to find funny things in odd places. Is that a way of saying it? So even when things go bad, or there's bad things that have happened, or disappointing things, we kind of try and turn it and make it funny or make it fun. And I think we're really good at that. You are especially good at that. Are there certain situations that you remember that were super funny, or that with your friends, or something that happened with me that you put a good spin on it, I guess? Yeah. Well, I would say that you have grown. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like as you've gone through life and you raised us, you got more humorous about it. Yes. I feel like when I was younger, it wasn't very, like, but also I was younger, so I don't remember as much, but I feel like there wasn't as many jokes or humor that surrounded it. Yeah. But then as you kind of grew into yourself a little bit more, I feel like you used humor more often. And so I clung to that and was like, my mom is making fun of herself. I'm gonna do that too. It's always like out of a heart of like, I love you. Even though sometimes. Like, this is funny. It's funny. It's funny. Okay, give me an example. I mean, I will never miss an opportunity come Halloween time when I see severed limbs. I am pointing them out. It doesn't matter if they're in people's lawns. It doesn't matter if they're in the store. It does not matter. I'm pointing it out and I'm saying, oh my gosh, Mom, I found it. I found your foot. I found your foot. She did it this past weekend. Yes, literally. I can't. Severed fingers. Oh my gosh.
Mom, we just need 3. Let's buy them right now. It never gets old in my head, even though I feel like over the years it definitely has gotten old. That is a horse I will beat to death. I'm so sorry. I will always use those jokes for an example. My grandpa, your dad, he would even make some jokes all the time. And I think you've talked about this on your channel before, about how he would say, because my mom and my uncle both have the same amputation, my grandpa would tell people, oh yeah, this is how we discipline our kids. And when I heard that joke, I thought that was hilarious. And so sometimes, you know, I'll just make a joke like, the last one down to the beach gets a foot cut off.
You do.
And I'll be like, my mom lost last year, so we'll see who loses this year. I think it's really awesome, like your sense of humor and how it's almost like a coping mechanism in a way, but also it really, I mean, laughter is the best medicine.
And we all have to be able to laugh at ourselves, right? And I think when you say I kind of grew into it or became more comfortable with it, I really did learn to embrace it in a different way, where I'm like, this is who I am, and just not taking ourselves so seriously.
Yeah, and so I would start not taking it seriously either. I'm a sponge, so I was like, oh, you're making fun of yourself.
You have taken many liberties over the years. Many liberties.
So I think it's hilarious, and especially now with my adult friendships. I mean, yes. Especially the ones closest to us, they also have started cracking jokes and just like, and sometimes people will make a joke and be like, oh my gosh, is that okay? And I'm over in the corner dying. Like, yes, that's totally fine. Like, I think it shows just how comfortable some people are, right? Like,
and so, I actually take it as a compliment. Like when people make comments or say something, even if it's like off the cuff or maybe
random,
pushing the limits a little bit, I like, actually it's like a term of endearment. I think at this point for me. So when her friends make comments or say something, I love that they feel comfortable enough and they know that I'm not going to take it personally or take it the wrong way.
Yeah, you said it way better than I did, for sure.
Oh.
I love also when we play games, because we're a gaming family, and you shuffle. And if I'm ever with people, even if you're not around and I'm with people who don't know how to shuffle, I get offended in a way. Like, do you not realize?
Judge people.
I'm sorry if you're watching this and you can't shuffle. I'm really sorry for what I'm about to say, but you have all of your fingers. My mom is the best card shuffler I've ever met in my life, and so not knowing how to shuffle is embarrassing.
It is kind of a rite of passage in our family.
Card games, we love card games.
Anybody that any of my kids have dated, it's like, okay, like, you need to learn how to shuffle and you need to learn how to play
card games.
Card games, because that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. Like, you can't do a basic task. Sorry, that's really mean of me. It isn't a basic task because not everybody plays card games. But, you know, something simple like, I don't know, you have put in so much work. I feel like to almost like be like everybody else, right?
Oh.
Like growing up, you're like, oh, I want to shuffle. Yeah. I'm going to sit here and learn until I can shuffle.
Yeah.
You never want to miss out on the fun. You never want to miss out on anything. And so you have made it happen. And I feel like there's a lot of people that they are set up to succeed, and yet they don't even put in the effort to do that.
That's very good perspective.
Living with you and just knowing how much you've gone through, I mean, it makes me even think about everything that I take for granted. It's very enlightening.
That's a good word.
And also, you just have such a good, optimistic point of view in all of it. And with even the humor, like, you turn everything back to the sunshine.
Well, I try and make the best of it. Thank you for coming on and just having this time with me.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see your perspective on how that has kind of changed the trajectory of your life in different ways, of how you view people and situations. And if somebody has a disability or somebody has something different about them, People a lot of times don't know how to respond or react, or they overreact, right? And so just knowing how to treat them normal and be normal. I think that if anything, I hope all my kids have learned that and have gained that skill. I hope you guys had fun with us today. I hope you had fun.
I hope you laughed. You better have laughed with us.
I hope you did laugh. I hope
if you didn't laugh, you lose a finger. Also, like this video. Okay?
Please like and subscribe. Please.
I'm not threatening. Okay? I don't need anybody thinking I'm threatening them.
No.
Okay? I'm not threatening you. You just put me on your channel and all I do is threaten your subscribers. What am I?
Well, thanks you guys so much for watching today. I hope you had fun getting to meet my daughter and hearing her perspective and just some funny things about growing up with a mom that's different. Things might not always turn out the way you want or the way you expect, but being able to totally turn that around into something positive and making the best out of it, because that's what life is about. And we have to be able to laugh at ourselves and find joy in the midst of these situations. And so I love that you make fun and have fun with me and find the joy in it, even when I ask you to film my leg on the beach and you're embarrassed. I won't ask you to do that anymore.
No, I'm fine.
Thank you so much for watching Tina's Leg, where every day is leg day.
Woohoo! Yeah! Did I ever look at my Barbie dolls and I didn't play with Barbie dolls.
You didn't.
If I played with Barbie dolls when I was younger, I feel like I would have chopped at least 1 or 2 feet off. And been like, this is like my mommy, this is my mom doll.